Okay.
Hello and welcome to the Clint Initiative podcast. What is the Clint Initiative? The Clint Initiative is a multi-phase project to create entertainment here in Minnesota and to distribute that entertainment to the world, starting with this podcast. This podcast is the seed from which everything else will grow. The Clint Initiative is about great music. The Clint Initiative is about great live entertainment. The Clint Initiative is about a sketch show. The Clint Initiative is all about filmed content. If you want to know how to do a podcast, listen to the Clint Initiative. If you want to know how to do an album, how to find musicians, how to get it recorded, listen to the Clint Initiative. If you want to know how to create more content over a short period of time, you're listening to the Clint Initiative and we will help you get there. If you are ready to create, if you're ready to talk about creating, if you're ready to be about it and get it done, we want to talk to you. This is the Clint Initiative. My name is Paul and my co-hosts are Katie, Clint, and Jamel. We are the Clint Initiative. If you are interested in creating content, if you're interested in creating movies, music, television, films, short films, and feature films, then we want to talk to you. We want to have you on the show. Email us at TheClintPodcast@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. And now, back to the show.
We are always working, give you a little more. We are always working, give you a little more. We are always working, give you a little more. We are always working, give you a little more. What are we doing? We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall. We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall. We're throwing it at the wall. We are throwing it at the wall to see what's stick. Come on, what are we doing? Sarala alaped, estamos sarala alaped, sarala alaped, estamos sarala alaped, sarala alaped, estamos sarala alaped, a ver que se pega. Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Clint Initiative podcast. Just like last week, we have the gang all here, and I'm going to go ahead and start with our check-in to see how everyone is doing. And it's going to be ladies first, so I'm going to go to you, Katie. How are you doing this fine Thursday?
I'm doing good. I'm pushing through right now. So we're going.
Okay, so that is Katie. And now I'm going to go to Clint. Clint, how are you this fine Thursday?
I am blessed, highly favored, can't complain in my heart. That's where I'll stay with Jesus Christ, who's the price paid for me, and I'll be free.
Okay, and that is Clint. I hope you have your cup of tea as well.
No tea today. Don't need it.
Okay, and now here we go with Jamel. How is it going, my friend?
Hey, everyone. Good to have you here. Everything is going great. I just got back in town, so I'm just glad to be here and give you guys the excitement, give you guys the fun for our podcast show today, live. You know, always, like I always say, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You know, we are nothing without you. So that's all I got to say.
Okay, and that is perfect. And I will go ahead and pile on to that and say, donate. Every little thing helps. We are finally going to be getting to poolside conversations tomorrow. And I'm hoping to get my co-host to do a little sing-along for our theme song so that we can have a little upgrade. We can get all the voices heard because we're always working. Now maybe we can work together to make it happen. And in addition to that, I wanted to talk about our process and how we do things. When you're making streaming content or making films, all of that takes time. And by having this show every week, it gives us an opportunity to update everyone on everything that we're doing so that if anyone has any questions, they can even come on the show and ask those questions. So that gives an extra added value to our show. So one thing that I wanted to do before I go to the random question is I wanted to say something, a shout out to my daughter. Now, my daughter, she's from my first marriage and she has kids of her own, and we don't really communicate a lot because everyone gets busy. And it was really something else on Facebook. Someone was saying something about me that wasn't exactly a good thing for someone to say about someone. And I normally ignore things on Facebook, but it was my daughter. She just jumped up and she said, hey, don't you be attacking my daddy. And it was really something that warmed my heart, and I just wanted to give her a shout out. It's not something that I make a habit of doing, but in this case, I think it definitely is worth mentioning on the show. And she probably isn't watching because family is the last one to watch anything you're doing, but she'll see this, and I just wanted to do that shout out right now. So that's what's happening with me, and that's my check-in. Anybody have anything else to say before we move on?
No, that's so cool. Right?
No. So here we are. It's time for our random question of the week. And I got a couple of doozies this time. Like always, I'm going to give you guys a couple of questions, and then when I come to you, you can answer the one that you like. The first question is, do you have a twin? Have you run into someone who looks just like you? It's like looking in the mirror. Wow. I wouldn't want to run into a twin of myself, but do you have a twin? And the next question is, how much is too much of anything? You know how they have those all-you-can-eat buffets? But in life, which is an all-you-can-eat buffet, there are some times when it's just too much. Oh no, that's just too much. Maybe too much makeup. Maybe too many clothes, wearing 2 shirts, middle of summer, kind of weird. Who knows? So, who wants to go first, or should I just pick someone at random?
Just random.
Okay, so you spoke up first, Jamel, so I'm coming to you. What question are you answering? Do you have a twin, or how much is too much?
Well, I'm gonna answer both questions. I'm gonna go with how much is too much. I guess it depends on what it is, and if you're enjoying it a little bit too much, whatever it is. Also, I feel like how much is too much? Negativity. That's a big one for me. If I hear someone that's being negative way too much, I have to tune it out. I have to walk away because now it's affecting my energy, and I don't like that feeling at all. And I can actually feel it, and I can feel it in my soul, in my gut. My intuition is like, okay, get away, move away, either change the subject or find something else to do. You just need to break yourself away from that and regroup. Now, the other question is, do I have a twin? I don't think I have a twin, but I have been told by so many people that there is someone out here that looks exactly like me, quote unquote, in their eyes. But I'm cut from one cloth. And I'm the original. So there's only one me.
Okay, and that's the one and only Jamel. Now we're gonna go to Clint. So Clint, do you
What
have a twin
about
out there
ladies used to be
somewhere?
first?
Do you have a twin out there
Then
somewhere?
you hear him say random, and then I said, yeah, random. So he picked me first.
I don't give a shit. Ladies first.
So
I'll go with the do you have a twin? I have a little story. It's so hilarious, so crazy. Yes, I back in the Caribbean I have I don't know if he's still alive. I have also a doppelganger. It's all how it happened first was when I was back home, I was looking at the newspaper and I saw this article with this guy, this young boy. I was much younger too, and he was modeling in some clothes and all that, and he was wearing same type of glasses like me, and I was like. Hey, he wear glasses like me, but he looks so nerdy. And I just tossed the paper away. And my mom found the papers and she picked it up and she looked at it. Oh, look at my son. You made it modeling and all. I was like, what? I want to know when I made the papers. I said, yeah, you're joking, right? So everyone in the house was thinking I was actually modeling for clothes wear and everything like that and thinking that is me. So I was like telling my mom, I said, no, that's not me. That's not me. I said, you really think this fella look like me? And they was like, they said, Clint, stop playing us, stop playing us. And they were like, could have put their head on the block thinking that person was me. So I'm like, I couldn't see the resemblance. So I went and showed someone else, and like one of my friends, and they were like, you know you're modeling and you're keeping it a secret. And I was like, I said, you guys really think this person is me? So it went on, and I just tossed it in the back of my head. And whenever I like travel out in town, it got people who hug me and greet me, and they say, hey, I haven't seen you for a while, Nero. And I was like, who's Nero? They said, Nero, stop playing us. And I was like, I said, are you talking about some guy who did some modeling? They said, you know, I was like, no, that is not me. I said, that's not me. I ended up taking out my ID card and I showed him, my name is Clint Guerra. I am not.
Oh my
And
God.
everywhere I go, I know I was like so scared about it because I was thinking that I wondered if this person is a good person, because even his family, I met the guy family on the street and they come hugging me and this was an aunt of his and she say, oh, my nephew. I'm like, Mom, I am not that person. And she said, she looked at me like, she said, Nero, stop playing. And I always have my ID card with me. And I said, no, I'm not. She was like, oh my God. So everyone keep talking about, but I've never seen it, seen the person. I even have my family who saw the person. They're thinking that maybe my father was playing the field out there. But I know my dad. My dad is a good man. He wouldn't do that. And that's the story of my life, of my doppelganger. And he's still out there. It's like whenever he has same taste like me, same taste in clothes. Like let's say, for example, if I ever I decide to cut my hair in a certain way, I'm going to see photos of him pop up with the same hairstyle, haircut, same colored glasses, everything. No, it was really scary and terrifying. And that's the story of my doppelganger.
That's
And your
crazy.
doppelganger is connected to you somehow.
wow.
No, it's really, 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 really scary.
Well, maybe you're two people and you don't know it, Clint. Maybe you black out and you become Nero, and then when you wake up, you're yourself again.
I don't know. He has a sister named Put some because I was traveling in a taxi with a young lady, and she said she looked at me. She said, "Oh, how's your sister Petura going?" And I'm like, "Wait, I so used to it. I was like, I am not Nero." And she will look at it. So no, he has family. He has a brother who models together with him and so on. And I think that
That's
kind of
crazy.
yeah, that kind of give me the motivation, maybe because I never see myself as a model or modeling back then, and that kind of give me maybe I could give it a try to maybe I do have a little look because back then I would never even make the attempt to model because I always thought I was too short or skinny. So that's the story of
Really?
my life.
Have you ever tried to meet the person?
No,
Too
You
afraid.
lost them.
Okay, so now
I don't know how you're going to follow that up, Katie, but so Katie, which question are you going to answer this week?
That's ridiculous. I can't. There's no way. But I mean, I don't have a twin. I don't think I have a twin unless I look like something or somebody that you guys know. I don't know. Nobody has ever told me that. So, but the other thing, too much. When is something too much? I think when it becomes like something that interferes with what you're doing, maybe that's when it's too much. But sometimes those things can be good for you. I don't know. I think it depends on how you take it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I don't think I have a twin out there anywhere, and I would be afraid for that person if I did. I don't. Oof, I don't even want to think about it. But I think, like you said, how much is too much? Well, too much of anything that interferes with your life is something that, yeah, I would sort of take a pass on it. That would be too much for me. And so far, knock on wood, I haven't had that instance in my life where something has been too much and I've had to step back. In most cases, I always want just a little bit more. It's like that song, more, more, more. How do you like it? How do you like it?
That's
More,
the
more,
that was an
more.
ex-porn star who sang that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but then again, more, more, more. How you like
She know
it? How you
exactly what
like
you're
it?
saying.
Oh no.
And one thing that I've always had an obsession with, and I think it can become a part of what we do here at the podcast. How many of you guys have ever played golf before?
Like a mini golf, maybe.
Are you interested in golf, Clint?
I'm too black for that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Tiger Woods is black too,
He's not
or
black
Ace.
enough. He makes white
So
money.
me and Jamel were at the event where I met the owner of Par 365, place where you can play golf inside. And I
It's
got
a
so
simulator. It's a golf
excited.
simulator.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Looks cool.
because it's one of the few places in this area where you can actually play golf inside.
Hmm.
And we are actually going to have an outing at Par 365. Like I was telling him, I wanted to go to the driving range and hit a bucket of balls because that's what you do when you play golf. You just get a bucket of balls and you
You just let the
just
balls fly.
practice your swing, practice your form, practice for when you
No,
actually get out there on the links.
it's not let the balls out. You let the balls fly.
You
No, you
let
let
them
the ball.
fly.
No. You let the balls go into the hole. It goes deep
Well,
down in the balls, all the way in the hole.
It's
So
It's all
had
about it's all about the hole
driving,
and the
on a
balls.
driving range, they don't go in a
The
hole.
balls don't come out of the hole. It just goes in the
They
hole.
they just roll across the green.
Katie, what are you laughing
escalated
at?
so quickly.
it's interesting how
We're
this
talking about
whole
balls and holes, okay?
it's interesting how this whole conversation is just getting out of
Maybe I should
control
start
just a
playing
little bit.
golf. Yeah, it's not so. Yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of filming for Poolside Conversations. We're all excited about that. But in the coming weeks, I'm hoping we'll be able to throw some golf in there as well. But now we come to one of my favorite parts of the show. It's the Clint Initiative Podcast Bible Bracket.
What is a show Bible? A show Bible is a document that outlines the characters, plots, settings, and themes of a television series. Writers pitch show Bibles to network executives and production companies in the hopes that it will produce a production agreement. Well, with the Clint Initiative podcast, we do streaming content, we do movies, we do music. So, for our productions, we have a Bible. and that Bible will be previewed here on the show.
So as you can see, we have our fun little bracket up here showing previous winners from weeks past. And this week, guys, life is short, you know? So I decided I wanted to have just a little more fun. And a little more fun is basically a music video movie. And it starts off with like classic songs like Good Times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. And just have a little more fun with a little more fun coming to you soon from the Clint Initiative. And then we have Almost on Purpose. You didn't mean to do it, but almost on purpose, I fell down the stairs. Almost on purpose, I just fell out that window. And almost on purpose, I fell in love. Things don't always happen on purpose, but yeah, sometimes they happen almost on purpose. So these ideas for these two films, and what we do is we're going to discuss these two ideas. And then once we discuss these two ideas, we're going to put it to our rating system. We're going to decide whether it sticks, need more work, or whether we can forget about it. And I already know that both of these ideas need a little bit more work, a little more fun. The hardest part of that film is actually getting the permission to use the songs that I want to use in the film. Have you seen the film Across the Universe? It has all the Beatles songs, and they sort of did a dramatic recreation of certain Beatles songs, and they wove it through the story. I used the Good Times song for Jamel for that one short I did with you when you were at Martin Patrick 3. And that gave me the idea for a little more fun. I think everybody desires a little bit more fun. And I just think that we can set that to music and have a lot of fun weaving a story through different songs that we're all familiar with. So I'm going to come to you, Katie, first. Katie, which one do you think is the more interesting idea? Almost on Purpose or a little more fun?
I think you definitely got me on the little more fun. Just the intro was so good how you sang it. So it definitely caught my attention because I think it is something that we all need in life, especially, having the same routine working every day. We just need time to have fun. And but I don't think I want to get rid of the other one because some things it just happens out of habit, not on purpose. So I think we could do like a lot with that. So I think that one can stay, just needs more.
Okay, so you think that Almost on Purpose needs a little bit more work, and we all need just a little bit more fun. So I'm going to go to Jamel because I'm looking at that look on his face. I think we may have another Jamel moment. So Jamel, of those two ideas, which one which one strikes your fancy?
Well, the ideas and imaginations that run through my mind of striking my fancy is both, because you can do certain things almost on purpose. Not intentionally, but almost on purpose. At the same time, I love having fun. So I'm gonna go with Katie on this one.
A little more fun.
A little more fun. We all need a little more fun, just for the simple fact that sometimes you see some people and you just want to go to them and be like, why so serious?
So Clint, why so serious? So when you think of those two ideas, using our rating system, which one sticks for you? Which one needs more work? Or which one can we forget about?
I think we could forget about almost on purpose. It doesn't really make sense to me. Almost on purpose, I got your mother pregnant, but I didn't want you. Almost on purpose, I almost killed you, but I didn't. Almost on purpose, I decided to get up this morning, but I didn't want to get up. It just doesn't make sense. So I think we should forget
Oh
about that.
my
But
God, Clint, thank you.
so
You did
I'm
it,
gonna
man.
go. I'm gonna go with a little more fun because we all could do with a little more fun before the day is done.
You know what, Clint? You made me like almost on purpose more than when I came up with the idea.
But I'm here to motivate and inspire. Come on.
Almost
So
on
are you
purpose, I
sure?
hit the golf
Are,
ball through a tree. It went through the tree.
are you sure, Clint, that wasn't almost on purpose?
I don't know. It's still. I'm still trying to gravitate to it. Really, I don't know.
So what I'm going to do now, since I think we already know who the winner is, but like each week, what I want to do is I want to show the previous winners. And for our folks who are listening to us on the podcast, to the millions of people out there listening to us on the podcast, come on and comment, like what we're doing, and share your thoughts with the world. And if you can, come over to YouTube, take a look, and even you can like us on Instagram. I came up with this great little graphic here where people can just point at the QR code on the screen when you're on YouTube or when you're watching us soon on Fire TV and on Roku. And there is our QR code for Instagram. You just point at the screen and you'll be able to join us there. And now, our previous winner. That was the wrong one. Our previous Okay, and our winner this week is A little more fun. Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind and have just a little more fun. Okay, and now we come to what has become our first hit show and a great time for everyone when Clint takes center stage with his Trinidad takeover. But before we do that, you know I had to throw this in.
Don't cost you nothing to hit that like. Don't cost you nothing. Go ahead. Subscribe. Don't cost you nothing. Yeah, to hit that like. Don't cost you nothing. Come on. Come on. Subscribe. Don't cost you nothing. Yeah, to hit that like. Don't cost you nothing. Go ahead. Subscribe. Subscribe. Don't cost you nothing.
And now, here we go with the Trinidad takeover. And this is a react, so if you guys have any comments as it goes roll, feel free to chime in.
Welcome to another great episode, great show here today at the Clint Initiative Podcast. Right now I am here at the Carry Festa. Carry Festa is where all Caribbean cultures come together. So we're going to have a good show today. So I'm going to take you all in the crowd and I'm going to show you what Carry Festa is all about. So follow me. Let's have a good show today. So we're going to go over here and see the little paraders. Hello there! I am talking to you live in Minnesota from the Clint Initiative Podcast. What country are you guys representing? So here's where you get all the Caribbean islands come together as one in the Trinidad Carry Festa. This is Jolanta Mom.
All right, Clint, see you in the States there, man.
We are having our ball here, the Clint Initiative Podcast. So we're moving over here to get some more views at the paraders. Yeah! Live on the Clint Initiative Podcast here. Over here we have a parader. Tell us where you're from.
Trinidad and Tobago, baby.
Okay, Trinidad and Tobago is in the house. We're having a good time, feeling a good time, good vibes right here in Minneapolis and Minnesota. Now we're gonna look at this beauty over here. Come on, come. Tell us where you're from.
Trinidad, baby.
Trinidad and Tobago in the house of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're going down with the flow. Yes, young man, tell us where you're from.
Trinidad Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago is in the house.
Okay, I knew it.
Oh, I love this over here in red. Tell us where you're from.
One happy place, Trinidad and Tobago.
This is Trinidad in the house. Tell them where you're from. Trinidad Antigua. Hey. Beautiful smiles over here. Tell us where you're from.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis in the house. Minnesota pride. And look, we have a Soca Elvis over here. Guyana. And tell us where you're from. 31 years over here. So we move with the flow. Oh, here we go.
It is good to be inspired by others, but it's better when we can inspire those around us. Ordinary performance may get lost in a crowd, but quality performance will never.
We are having a ball here right now on the Clint Initiative Podcast.
Excellence will cause you to stand out. Perseverance and discipline.
Wherever Trinidad and Tobago go, we always bring warm love, sunshine, and joy.
You're destined to win.
You're going to find a Trinidadian anywhere in the U.S. even in the score part of the state, which is Minnesota.
Things we must do to make dreams come true. Till a chance will take you to.
So we'll be back again. So Clint here is taking a rap and we're going to move down. So to find out what's going on here at the Curry Festa, right here in Minnesota. Let me go with the flow. Right now I'm looking for my partner in crime because we're supposed to interview some Caribbean celebrities. So let's see if I can find this young lady by the name of Jolanta Kisoon Young. So for me, let me go. I don't know how she's so hard to find. Oh, she's on fire. No, why are you so hard to find? You hiding from me?
I was in the center, which, if you look down that way, the Caribbean Cultural Center is back behind the stage, all the way down. I was sitting comfortably in the air conditioning because it's hot today.
Not only you as watch me, I look like I'm melting right now.
I sent a text message saying, you guys come down, there's food.
Okay, so we're going to interview, who are we going to interview here today?
Rick Raboteur.
So tell us a little bit about this Rick Raboteur guy.
He is the current Chutney Soca 2024 winner of this year artist back in Trinidad. He's from Cuba. Shout out to Cuba.
Okay, so some of you guys who don't know what is chutney, that is a part of our Indian culture back in Trinidad. Chutney is a little mixture of Indian cultural music blending with soca. So we are going to find this guy by the name of Rick Raboteur. So let me go now. Let's go find Rick.
Hey! Hey! Come on! Why you gonna leave us hanging there, Clint? What's up with that?
It will be too long.
Oh!
Give only a little.
So for all you fans out there. So
Leave
for all
guys
you
wanting
fans
more.
out there, Clint, when are we gonna get to see the rest of that?
It's to come. It's to come. I'm gonna give you guys a little to keep you guys wanting more.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're just a tease, okay.
Just a tease.
That's good to know.
Just something to whet the appetite a little bit.
And now
Almost,
that you,
almost on purpose. Almost on purpose.
Almost. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, almost on purpose, you're giving us that big tease so that we want to see more. Okay, I get it. So now, folks, this is the time where we would normally have our moment from the sketch show. And just like last week and up until we start showing some things, here is a little preview of coming attractions, some of our moments that are in production. We have Zoom Therapy, Part 1, the therapist with the tattoo. That should be coming up soon as I can corral these crazy folks. Tomorrow we will be doing the first of Poolside Conversations, Blended Family, Part 1, Father and Son. That's coming up soon as well. And then finally, Improv Powers Activate. Stay tuned for all of that and so much more. In addition to Improv Powers Activate, which is something that we will do live and we will film as well. But in addition, I've got two other bits I've came up with for our sketch show. The first is let's get focused. We want to get laser focused on one part of the whole and focus on it like our lives depend on it. So let's all get focused. And then another one is just for a minute, Clint, for a minute, I would like for you to be intellectual. Can you be intellectual for a minute? I'm going to put you on the spot and I'm going to say, Clint, be intellectual for a moment.
Deer in headlights.
You know what? That is the most intellectual you've ever been, Clint.
Yes. Let me
It
tell you
is
what that
best
means.
sometimes.
Let me tell you what that means, what I was doing here. It
Thank
says
you.
a still tongue holds a wise head. Let that sink in.
Oh,
Sometimes the most intellectual thing you can do is shut your mouth.
I've been doing that a lot lately, if you haven't realized.
Okay, well, there you go. See, so those are just, so you've just already seen a preview of all the great things we have coming up on the sketch show. We've got our new space, of course, that we share with Props Metropolis. If you're making a production out there and you need props or you need something for your upcoming productions, hey, our new home is also the home of Props Metropolis. And like I said, you can listen to our show wherever you listen to podcasts. We're talking iHeartRadio, we're talking Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and coming soon we will be on Roku and Fire TV with moments from the sketch show and so much more for you to see. And then, of course, our music is going to be off the chain. I've been talking to some people, and soon we will start putting that music into production, and you will get to see it here live on the air. Well, the next time we're live. That's one of the reasons why we do our show live every week, so that not only can we entertain all the people out there who find value in our show, but also that we can give our founders in our inner circle an update on where we are with our productions and everything that we're doing. You too can be a part of our founders and inner circle. There's just so many different ways that you can actually contribute to what we're doing. We already have 2 early adapters to our show. We have Joe, and we of course I put the wrong slide up. So I'm going to change the slide. We already have our 2 early adapters to the show, our 2 founding members of our inner circle. We have Joe and we have Devin. So Joe and Devin were early adapters and founders to our show. And there are just so many different ways that you can contribute to our show. Of course, we have our Patreon initiative, patreon.com/TheClintInitiative. We have our KOFI Initiative, which is ko-fi.com/TheClintInitiative. And GoFundMe, just go ahead and search for the Clint Initiative, or if you go to our YouTube page, there's a Clint there. There's a link there as well. And of course, now we also have the QR code right there on your screen if you want to join our Patreon, which costs you nothing. Or, of course, if you're not watching us on YouTube, and here's the QR code for our Instagram. And that is just a mouthful. I've put a lot out there. What do you guys have to say about that? What is the benefit of folks supporting our endeavor here and what we're doing?
I think it's more about spreading the word, making people aware of that we're here. I mean, and there's really there's no solid excuse because we're pretty much everywhere. You can't even run. There's no way to escape.
We are pretty much everywhere. And that's when it comes to the reason why we exist. The reason why this show exists is because as actors and performers, one of the most nerve-wracking parts of that is the audition. With the Clint Initiative podcast, we don't have
auditions. How do people become a part of what we do, Jamel? How do they become a part of what we do?
Guess what? It's very simple. You might think it might not be, but actually it is. All you have to do is email us at TheClintPodcast@gmail.com to be on the show. And guess what? That is your audition. So feel free to contact us to be on the show at TheClintPodcast@gmail.com. And you can be sitting right here with us doing what we do. And once we get our production on a roll, which film that we may think may fit you by you being a part of the podcast live, we can just see where your talents lie. And somewhere down the line, you'll be showcased just like us in whatever film, sketch show, whatever it may be that we produce. So all this still, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to help us grow as we want to reach as many as we can in the community as possible, because we're doing things different. And different with change can evolve into something great.
Okay, and so Clint, how would you like to talk about your last audition?
My last audition.
Yeah, how would you like to be put on the spot? How did your last audition? Whoa, he's gone. And I'm right there on the screen. Wow, that's pretty scary right there. Let me take that out of there.
I just keep disappearing and coming back. Yeah. My last audition.
So how was your last audition?
It went pretty well because I did it at home. Most of the times I audition at home. I send in video auditions and so on.
They're called self-tapes.
Right. And I booked the role that I auditioned for. So it was an accomplishment. It went pretty good. They pay me nicely. Yeah. It's all about the money. Ching-ching. And I went out there, I did the job, and they appreciate it. So it's an accomplishment. So yeah, it's all about putting in the work.
Wow. Okay. So you hear that? You know what that music means, don't you?
Yeah, we know what it means.
Time to go home.
You're already at home. What are you talking about? But it's time for everyone to have.
Yeah, but you're in my home right now. Time for it to get to know your house. Right now, in my house. Neighbors in order.
So I'm going to go around to everyone, and I'm going to give them a chance to have their final word. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with Katie because, like they say, it's ladies first. So what are your final words for our audience, Katie?
I just want to say thank you for watching. Lo que están viendo, gracias por estar con nosotros. No te olvides de compartir. Sharing is caring, so please share. And we can use all the support that you want to give us. The little things matters. So thank you.
Yeah, every little bit of support certainly does help in what we're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and go to you, Jamel. What are your final words to our audience?
Final words is thank you all for being here. We only exist because you are watching. Honestly, you make us exist. So we are just thankful and humble that you are here. Continue to be with us. Share, like, comment, subscribe, have others subscribe, because we're looking to change the community, like I said earlier, and we're looking to have things evolve. So many things have been done a certain way in the past, and still with some production and filmmaking. We want to make things different. We want to make it more intriguing for others. And just so also, it's like a big relief for some. And my final words are, yes, you're going to have outside influences. Yes, you're going to have people with their own opinions and everything. But the bottom line that you have to always remember, believe in yourself.
You must believe in yourself. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Trinidad Takeover himself. Clint, what are your final words to our audience?
Well, I would like to say, let others' actions speak for them. For people will show you more than they will tell you. That's all I have to say.
Okay. And all I want to say is my final word before we go to what's coming up next on the Clint Initiative podcast. I just want to say it's all about inclusivity. We want to include you, the audience, in what we do. If you've never dreamt about being on a show, if you've never dreamt about acting, or if it's been your lifelong dream, we offer that opportunity for you to be seen, for you to finally be seen, and for people to hear what you have to say. Everyone and their voice matters. So this is your opportunity for your voice to take center stage on the Clint Initiative podcast. So coming up next time on the Clint Initiative podcast, I'm going to have a little bit more words about our Patreon exclusive. I'm going to have the final video for Swim Week, Minnesota Swim Week. I'm finally going to get that video ready for us to present and for it to premiere, and we'll let you know when it's going to premiere next week. And we already have one in the can. We're going to have some of Katie's Spanish flavor. And now we have collaborations that are coming with different businesses and different individuals in town, and I'm looking forward to that. And I can't let you go without mentioning that this is the first day of the state fair.
Oh,
You guys knew that, right?
In Minnesota.
We're in Minnesota, and this is the first day of the state fair. And so I'm sure we're going to have some moments from the state fair as well in our future installments of the Clint Initiative podcast. But this
I'm
going
to be performing this weekend in the state fair. I don't remember that. I'm going to be walking down the runway. Yeah.
So tell us about that. You're going to be performing this weekend at the state fair?
Yes. I'm going to be modeling this weekend on the 24th and 25th, showing you some carnival outfits. How could that slip my mind? Yeah.
Okay. And that is another week, another episode of the Clint Initiative podcast. Aces, folks, see you later.